70% of historical average. Oroville hasn't really come up very much. San Luis is at 77% historical average. That has increased a little bit. Just looking at the conditions, you can see Oroville is about half full. San Luis is in a little better shape. As we've mentioned, Oroville really doesn't help you out too much until you get to about 2 million acre feet. We're still about 1.7 million, 1.8 million, so it really hasn't gotten to the point where it's going to help us out much as far as allocations. But San Luis is the thing that's helping us, because San Luis is south of the delta, kind of water in the bank, essentially, and that's where this allocation really came from. If you look at, again, I kind of said this is the aid station index. Kind of shows what the precipitation has been so far this year. A little misleading because it looks pretty decent, but you're seeing that it's kind of flatlined. Quite a while we're 30.7. So as far as precipitation, we're kind of about where we ended last year, but it should be nice to get a little bit more. And the snowpack is really kind of the sad part of the story. If you look at these charts, you'll notice that the current year is the pink line. It's kind of bumping along the bottom there. Right now we are, the top chart is Northern Sierra, and then the middle one is the Central, and Southern is on the bottom. You'll notice that we're right about, in fact, we're a little actually below 1977, which was a super dry year. I think statewide they're saying that the snowpack is about 19%. So we're not going to get a lot of runoff, and that's kind of the bad part of the story. So the water we have south of the delta is probably about what you're going to get. I think they've done operational studies. I mentioned last time that there's a 90% chance of going to 25%. But the problem is that 90% means you have precipitation and runoff and so forth, and we're actually in that 10% that doesn't meet that. So far, we haven't even got that. So 20% is good, but 25% is still questionable.
When do we use the runoff?
The runoff? Yeah, it's the spring runoff. Usually they anticipate pretty big flows from April, May, June kind of time period.
What was our overall last year?
5150.
We will get all of that,
Yes.
and then our 20% is how much?
Let's see. That's 28.
Yeah, I would say it's 28. I actually have a number here.
So we're at about 33 and change on water.
Yeah, across the way. This is the precipitation forecast for the next 10 days up in Feather River. Not a lot happening, another inch or so in the next 10 days, which is okay, but it's usually this time of year you get quite a bit. This is the Oroville storage. The blue line is the actual storage, so it's creeping up a little bit, but as I mentioned, it's still below 2 million acre feet. So this water will be used mostly for fish releases, downstream water right holders, and to maintain water quality in the delta. San Luis, again, the dark blue is state project, so we're up to almost 1 million acre feet of storage in San Luis. The allocation at 20% is 839,000. So you can kind of go, well, you've got that 20% south of the delta. There is some carryover, just like us. Other agencies have some carryover, and there's probably about 150,000 carryover. Operations, Port Sales now at 8 MGD. Rosamond, East Side, and our Palmdale connection are off at this point. We have our groundwater extractions on WSD plus that day at 13.5. Rosamond and East Side are offline. So I added the February numbers for 2015, and you can see the red bars are this year's pumping capability, and Water quality has been very good. Our east side, as I mentioned, our east side wells, we were tested. Arsenic is non-detect. Chrome 6 is at 4.2, which you really can't ask for much better than those kind of qualities. And overall, we did the report for 2014, and this is the chart showing THMs, one of those things that we've been worried about. You can see that the red line is the MCL for LA County on the top part of the chart, or the top chart, and Kern County the lower one. And this goes clear back to 2012. And so we included the last couple of years just to kind of give you a perspective. The gold line there is what our goal is, which is 64. And as you can see, we're well below that. And even the Kern County numbers for our way down. So this is a result of groundwater pumping. I mean, one of the reasons we started the groundwater banking project is for water quality reasons. And just another success story here. These are really good numbers as far as THMs.
So on the top chart from the valley, that's water basically coming out of the plant after not the groundwater, so that's why it's the highest one. And the Vincent tank that's for the Acton, that's all basically transfer water from Palmdale, so that's kind of what Palmdale is.
Right now, it's actually LA County water.
Groundwater.
Their groundwater is putting it in Vincent tank.
I thought maybe the way I could approach it for the board, I do have the charts if we want to go through the charts, but it may be that we just say, we want to spend, if the water's available, and we have the appetite for it, that we spend $4 million, or we request up to $4 million for a wet year, and $4 million if it's a dry year. Now, it's not likely you're going to spend that kind of money, because I don't think there's going to be anything close to that in the multi-year pool. And even if you get into next year and you say, this is more water than I want, in past years there have been other contractors that buy that water. So we have to send in our request by the 16th. My recommendation is we kind of put a cap on it financially and just say, okay, a wet year we don't want to spend more than $4 million. A dry year we don't want to spend more than $4 million. And just to know that it's going to be quite a bit less than that, I'm sure. So, I'll look at the chart.
I want to understand it a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
my question, so we agree to put $4 million, and what if next year is at 90%? What's the highest allocation we've got in the last 10 years?
100%.
Yeah, you get 100%.
So 100% allocation, we're tied into this for 2 years, what happens to the
At 100% on the schedule we put together, I'm not asking for any water.
So we want to be,
I wouldn't, in our request, the request that I've kind of formulated is, Tom and I together, is we say 100% of them. We have enough water of our own.
right,
So what I've done is scaled it back so that if this year is 25%, we wouldn't actually purchase water until we got to about 60%. And then we buy a little bit, a little less, until you get to about 80%. So
we have a place to put all that water.
we could, that's one of the things we factored into this, is we don't want to ask for too much water because we wouldn't be able to recharge it. Like I said, I think if we get, I don't want to exaggerate, but if we get 200 acre-feet out of this, we'll probably be doing good. So it's, because I think what happened is there's no water in the multi-year pool this year. And next year, people are going to be very careful about putting water. The big players have been Ventura County, who has 20,000 acre-feet. San Bernardino has 100,000 acre-feet. And I think Ventura County may still be in, but that's probably going to be it. So they take that 20,000 acre-feet, they split it between all the participants. Metropolitan's going to take half of it. Kern County's going to take 25%. We're going to get about 5%. So we're getting 5% of the 20,000 acre-feet. And so then we would pay. So that's why, you can run a bajillion different scenarios, and we have. But I felt like, from a board standpoint, we can just put a cap on it financially and say, let's not spend any more than this. But, restructure this any number of ways. But it's very complicated for something that we're probably not going to go over.